I know, right? Phil, I think we got to scrap.
Well, I fired it up. I don't know. I mean, we can have ASMR golf. I mean, we can kind of hear you.
Okay. Yeah, this is just this junk iPhone audio.
Yeah.
We'll take all week. We'll take all month. We'll take all year.
I just don't know if it's even worth it, you know?
Yeah. Well, we'll hang out for a bit. Maybe we'll call it at nine holes or something. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
I mean, we got a bunch of people waiting, so.
Okay. So are we live now?
We are, yeah.
Okay, welcome in everybody. Sorry about the shitty audio. I've been trying to fix it. I've got some broken connectors.
I have a guess. I bet that Lex goes on Amazon and buys the cheap connectors. He doesn't know, because he's not a musician. He doesn't know that you buy the highest end gold-plated connectors. It's a good tip for you guys. Don't ever buy Amazon Basics or anything cheap for audio cables, ever. It's the one thing that's absolutely worth it.
I'm in Chase's way. So I want a 150.
No, it wasn't the Cart Girl Allison. This is a separate issue. It's these 3/4 inch or 1/4 inch audio jacks. One of them is broken. Is what
Speaking
it is.
of which, guys, how much do we super chat to Allison for giving us great information? How much of a super chat should we give her this year?
How about she super chats us, dude? That girl makes like $3,000 a stream.
I know, but still, she helped us out.
You know what's weird, though? You would think the iPhone, the native microphone, would be better. It's actually crazy that that's garbage, too. iPhones are garbage, guys. Don't buy iPhones. That was actually one of the interesting things about that Allison girl. She uses Android phones. She's all Android. And that's the thing, too. Is because it's Android, she can get all this different off-the-shelf stuff, right? Like, her setup is very unique, but it's also based on the fact that she's got Android.
All right, I blame that on Phil.
I mean, there's no reason for him to even be on the Discord. He's not mic'd up, so he can just turn it off.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, did you even try the other lab? You tried both labs?
I have both labs on. Yeah, it's not the labs. The labs are they're communicating with the lab receiver just fine. It's just this little connection is broken.
Okay. All right.
I can try resetting it if you want.
I mean, no, I mean, right? I mean, you should know before you even send me the request for the video feed.
Yeah, thank you. Try. I can try if you want.
You know, if you get to
we'll
a spot on the course where you're just got nothing to do,
Okay.
yeah, we can mess with it.
We're gonna hit traffic.
Okay.
Hit traffic here.
All right. Well, anyway, guys, sorry. Who do we got? We got Sean, Justin, Bump and Run, Cam, Keith at Hole 24 Golf, Matthew. Who else am I missing there? Cam. I think I said that. look at how his pants hike up. He's got a bussy, guys. This guy's got a bussy. Spencinator, what's up? What I should do though. Okay, yeah, I got it turned off. Yeah, it's fine, guys. I've been up since 4:30. I didn't really want to work today anyway. I was up at 4:30. I was out at the course at 6:45. Got my bucket of balls literally right at 7 when they opened. And I had a pretty fantastic range session, guys. Starting to figure this out. This guy can't read a break. Actually, it's good. Is he still in the... Will, you gotta get off so I can trash you so you don't hear. Look at this loser miss his putt. Oh. Actually, this is the new format, guys. Just literally, we just clown on these fools. They're garbage golf. One guy's got an absurd out to in swing. The other guy's got an absurd in to out. Chase looks like someone knocked out his kneecaps and he can't bend them anymore.
It's gonna be one of these streams, huh?
Yeah, well, why not? Gotta do something.
All right, chippy driver here.
All right. Couple of these left, guys. Shout out to this brand. Not sponsored, but should be. Here's the other thing, guys. Look what I got. This is what they do. Oh, hold on. Yeah, welcome in, mister. We had a tech problem. There's a connector that's broken on our lavaliers, the little microphones. So all we're getting is the iPhone audio, which is garbage. So the audio is just jacked. So I don't know. We'll see. He's going to hit traffic. We'll keep trying. I don't know. We got it to work for a while, and then his feed dropped off, and then we tried to do it again and just couldn't get it to work again. This is a little tip for you guys. If you're going to get into the movie industry and you want to do that thing where you show that the guy's a psychopath, right? This is how you show that the person's a psychopath, is you have them peel a fruit with a knife, right? Especially if they peel and then they eat it off the knife. That's a little visual thing. That says that's the bad guy. Oh, shut up, Zanzibar. Blade facing. Phil wasn't a Cub Scout. Dude, we're talking about a kitchen knife with a... Right? I'm not whittling a stick, all right? I would challenge any of you guys to a knife skills contest. I would destroy all of you. You guys think that you're so good. You're like, oh, I did like 6 years. I tied some knots in Boy Scouts. I'm so good. Dude. I spent 30 years in food service. Huh? I could fillet an ant. Ooh, why is my thing messed up? Oh, okay, Kiwi. Can I peel the skin off a salmon?
Oh,
Yes.
I got past the side. Good ball.
You might be, Matthew, you can carve up a pig faster than I can. Well, I've never had the opportunity to butcher down a whole pig. No, you are correct about that.
I was there was something on TV the other day, and my kid, it was filleting salmon, and I had to tell my kid, I'm like, yeah, I've filleted like 1,000 salmon in my life. Like, this guy sucks at it. And it was like one of these Guinness records she was watching or something. The guy won a Guinness record for filleting the salmon in like 60 seconds or something. It was like, that's not fast, and you sucked at it.
Yep.
Oh, this was brilliant.
And I respect that, Mr.
Great ball.
Mr.
Go
ZX.
in, man. Great
You
shot.
said you're a hunter and a taxidermist. Here's the thing, though. It's volume, right? So hunting, how many animals do you butcher per year as a hunter? Just a few. And same thing with the taxidermy. How many people are getting taxidermy these days? What I'm talking about is every day at work, you knock down like 50 chickens. You knock down like 30 sides of salmon, right? You knock down, 20 tenderloins. You knock down freaking 20 sirloins and tri-tips. What's up, Harrison? I'm going to turn up Lex's audio. Maybe we'll get a little bit more. Bump and Run, great question. He says, Phil, theoretically, would you take a job for more pay, but also more responsibility? No, absolutely. No, Bump and Run. That is the trap that they suck you in your whole life. Big mistake. Don't do it, Bump and Run. If you're asking for yourself, don't do it. What's up, Lugnut? Yep, and sorry guys, this is good though. You realize, you're like, Phil, you're so obsessed with audio. I mean, look how it makes the thing unwatchable. You need that's the high quality audio is so important. Crazy.
Yep. Sorry.
That's fine.
We'll get it fixed. We'll get it fixed in just a little bit. I'll fix it.
All right. Well, just I would recommend these connectors. Buy double redundancy and buy the most expensive ones you can. You can't spend enough on this stuff. Oh, look at Mr. Touch there with the putter off the green. Very nice. Oh, Rick, why are you on yet another new account? What's going on? I thought you died, Rick. We haven't seen you in ages. Lex is an electrical engineer. It should be in his wheelhouse. No, it really is different, Cam, right? Because he's not a musician. And he doesn't understand audio and how this works, right? He's an electrical engineer. He just thinks you just take the part that's in the box that comes with the company you work at, right? You just open the drawer, and it's like, oh, here's the thing. God only knows what the score is. Oh, you quit golf. Red teased you quit golf. Why would you quit golf?
No, no. Huh? Oh, he's not. Did you miss that comebacker? No, okay, 5-4.
I like that, Justin. Do a kung fu theme. You dub in the words for Lex. Golf is like the internet. It's a passing fad. Yeah. What course is this? This is East Point Country Club, the East course. It's Lex's home course. Same course we always play. Oh, that sucks, Rick. You've only played 2 times this year? Your back is history? That sucks. Just put some icy hot on it. Get some icy hot. That's what Shaquille O'Neal, that's what he does. Yeah, it's funny what the audio picks up. Yeah, you can't hear the voices, but you can hear the stupid fountain. This is why iPhones are garbage. Man, I don't know what this pro told you this morning, but I do not like the look of that posture. I don't know what he told you, but like squatting down like you're taking a shit is not how you should set up to the ball. Yeah, the mic is messed up. Sorry, guys. Garrett, you took a job with more responsibility and you do the same thing and everyone is happy with you. That's an outlier, though, Garrett. I mean, good on you. Smart play, but that's a pure outlier. Yeah, that is life jujitsu.
Will's got to take one high here.
Okay. I think that's fine. Yeah, squatting down like that does not look like a comfortable setup to the ball. Yeah, no.
Uncharacteristically bad.
Yeah. It's a common thing. Justin says, as I was scrolling the McGolfin TV archives, I did notice Lex used to stand closer in the early days. Yeah. So if you have an out to in, this is the problem with it, right? Is that you, over time, you get worse and worse and worse, and you start standing farther and farther away from the ball, and you start with like 4 degrees out to in, then 6, and then 8, and then 10. Next thing you know, you're 20 degrees out to in, and you're literally 80 feet away from the ball. That's why this type of swing is not sustainable. That putting stroke looks better. I've never heard that one, Justin. Yeah, that's bad advice, though.
That was a number 3. Good bar.
I think the big thing, right, if it's so hard to wrap your mind around, but it's the idea of swinging under your body, not around your body, right? That's the struggle that everyone has. It takes a real leap of faith to swing correctly, because you get moments before impact with the correct swing, and you just don't think it's going to actually happen. And you just have to have faith on it and just go, I'm going to trust it.
He went between the 3 trees on the right and the fountains. Wow. Right in the middle of the fairway.
I did that from the 3 tees the other day.
Something kind of cool, guys. Lex saw Big John on the course earlier today before he teed off. He saw Big John coming off the 18. We had an actual legit celebrity on the course today.
He smokes, Big John smokes weed. He's a golf YouTuber. Yeah, he takes his shirt off a lot.
I don't know who Big John Henry is, Justin. We're talking about Big John, the golf YouTuber, the guy who used to be with DOD King, who clearly they had a falling out. Clearly. Yeah, good point, Lumber Pat. Yeah, the fact that he played with Paige and they won. Yeah. Good for him. I like Big John. He's a nice guy. Big John Henry hammered faster than the steam machines back in the day. This is some Luddite bullshit? I don't get it. I'm already so angry about whatever you guys are talking about with this guy, Bobby. I ain't Googling it. I don't want to know that. You guys know that, right? You guys know what a Luddite is, right? A Luddite? Type a 2 in chat if I need to explain what a Luddite is. You watch a lot of YouTube golf, you never heard of Big John? You're missing out, Lugnut. You gotta stop edging to so much Gabby Golf Girl and Sabrina. Phil's triggers are amazing. Yeah, thank you. I do. I've got the best triggers, Justin. Thank you. So during the period of industrialization in England, right, you're starting to get factories, and the peasantry, the average workers, were threatened, much like people are today. And it's all a bunch of hand-wringing. That's not true. Everyone's afraid they're going to lose their job to AI. It's going to be fine, guys. But back during industrialization in Great Britain, right, the workers were afraid that their jobs were all going to go away and be replaced by machines. And so they would practice guerrilla protests, and they would storm the factories and break the machines. And they were inspired by this guy named Ned Ludd, who was the first guy that got them all riled up about storming the factories and breaking the machines. And so they were called Luddites. This was a very short little, worker movement. Tell us more, Phil Marks. Yeah. What's interesting, though, so the historians just assume there was a historical Ned Ludd, right? Because we've got this whole movement called Luddites. And there was this guy named Ned Ludd. So finally, I think in like the 1970s, 1980s, some historians went back and looked. It turns out there was never a Ned Ludd. That's the big reveal, guys. There never was a historical Ned Ludd. It was all made up. Kind of interesting. No. Yeah, blew your mind, Keith? Yeah. The more you know sounds like a bunch of Bolshevik. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, that took a weird bounce.
Yeah.
That was a nice spot. Exactly, Matthew. Kind of like Lex's handicap. It was all made up. Yep, exactly.
Wow! Thank you so much for that super chat. I totally promise. I
You
want
want to do conspiracy day while the audio's broken? Let's do it. Thank you, Harrison.
Again.
Thank you for that $5 super chat. There's a decent putt. All right, let's talk about the. See, I'm so bored of this one though. Let us talk about the Anunnaki next. I'm so bored by this one. Right, the Anunnaki are Sumerian spirit people that conspiracy theory people think are aliens, right? Because I think Anunnaki roughly translates to the Watchers, right? And this goes into this kind of like quasi-racist idea that ancient people in Egypt and the Middle East, basically because they have brown skin, were not capable of all of the megalithic structures in the rise of civilization because, you know, they weren't white. How could they be so smart? So it must have been aliens that taught them, right? It's so boring to me. So there you go. I talked about the Anunnaki. I am a watcher, Justin. Thank you. Here's my conspiracy theory, guys. I think Gabby Golf Girl is a lizard person. I think she's a Lemurian, right? They're clearly from Mars. Nairobi? Yeah. Once in chat if you think Gabby Golf Girl is actually a lizard person. She's actually an alien. She's a plant. You don't think she's a tall gray? She could be a tall gray. Actually, that's good, Harrison. She could be a tall gray. Look at her features. Right? And that's how that works, too. Because, like, the gray aliens, they come down, they go, oh, I'm just Italian. It's like, that's how they get away with it. And actually, that's a good theory too, Keith, at Hole 24 Golf. That's maybe what trips me out about Gabby Golf Girl. It's an AI. It's purely AI. She's not even real. Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah, anyway, I wanted to talk about it. Someone brought it up about... so, Gabby Golf Girl's on some weird press tour, right? And so I saw another new video. She was on some ESPN show. And, yeah, I find the whole thing odd. And, I also have come to believe that she's a sociopath. Now, the thing there is that most people, when you say sociopath, they think something like a serial killer. Now, that's not how sociopathic tendencies work. You can be a good sociopath or a bad sociopath. Okay? So, for example, Steve Jobs was a known sociopath. He didn't kill people, but he was a sociopath. Gabby Golf Girl's a blue baller? Yeah, maybe. I mean, if you're into, like, creepy, weird young girls. But I watched a little bit of an interview with her, and there were some little tidbits in there that were interesting. So one of the things she talked about, she was on a local news station. What's up, Doug Troutfisher? And they asked her how she got into golf. And she said that her parents wanted to get her into a... because there's no audio, Lugnut. The audio is broken today. This is a disaster show. Maybe we'll go to 9 holes just to have some fun. And then close it down from there. But one of Lex's connectors to his microphones is broken. So, like, I have no idea... No idea what the score is. We can barely follow along. Yeah. Yeah, it's a blow up stream. Yeah, there you go.
You're not keeping score?
I have no idea what's going on. Without the audio, I'm like completely lost. Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're on hole 5.
I know
I'm
that.
even par.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm even par.
Okay.
I parred everything.
Okay. I think we're on hole 6, though.
Yeah, we're on hole 6.
Yeah. All right, there you go. Yeah, this is This is like a member stream, Justin. Yeah. This is for the OGs who don't even give a crap. What was I saying? Oh, so Gabby Golf Girl. She was talking about how her parents wanted to get her into a sport. And she said she can't do team sports. That she didn't do well with team sports. So she got into golf. Right? That's a sign, right? That's a sign of someone who needs to have all the attention on them and needs to be all about them. Someone who's not willing to share the glory of winning with teammates, right? Like, that was interesting that she said that. The other thing that was interesting, right, is they talked about, so her whole thing was like, she needs to get good enough at golf to get into D1. She needs to get a D1 college golf program. So she's not going to college. She's doubling down on her YouTube career, her content career. Now that's strange because I think you and I, every parent here would agree that it doesn't matter how successful your child is with like online content or whatever that is, you have to go to college, right? It's so important to go to college to become a well-rounded person, just in like simple things as you like understand the world, so that you don't have a manager or agent that steals all of your money, right? This is a common thing that used to happen with movie stars and rock stars, right? Is they would be like wildly successful, and then they're like 32 years old and they're in a restaurant and they hand the credit card over to pay for the meal and the credit card declines. They go, "What are you talking about? I'm a billionaire." And they go, "Well," and then they call their agent manager or their accountant and it's like, "Well, you're broke." And it's like, "I'm broke," and it's because the accountant manager or agent stole all the money. And it always happens to the young kids who are like wildly successful, who don't go to college, who don't develop their brain to kind of understand how to be in the world, right? Highly irresponsible to not have this girl go to college, but she's not going to college, Gabby Golf Girl. And the final thing I realized, right? So for those of us who know what I'm talking about, her dad is in all the videos, right? The dad's there. And that was kind of like one of those things is like, oh, it's the dad's doing all this. I don't think so. And this is my theory about her being a sociopath. This is all her. The dad is actually the one who's along for the ride, who's just like, whatever. My daughter's a whirlwind, and she's got these ideas, and she's doing this stuff, and I'm just along for the ride. Oh, that too? Yeah, then that's what I'm talking about, Jack. Welcome in, Jack. That's what I'm talking about. I saw that ESPN interview that you're talking about. She quit high school, too. I mean, she must have gotten a tutor at least to get a high school diploma, but still. Oh, and that was the thing, Hole 24. In the interview, she said that she got a whole crap ton of offers. She got offers to D1 colleges. That's the point. She got the offers, but she turned them down. I like that, Zanzibar. I think you're coming from a different motivation, Zanzibar, based on what I know about you, what you've said in the chats, but I'm actually with you on that. If I ever had kids, absolutely homeschool 100%. Right? And it's sad because, and we should, we'll talk about this a little bit. We talk about the United States and being this exceptional country. We should all have collective shame when it comes to some of the metrics where it's like education of our kids. We're like ranked like 95th, right? Healthcare outcomes, we're like 110th. Violence, we're like 150th, right? It's just like, you look at these things and you go like, Nigeria has less violence than US? Like, what's going on? We really should be ashamed of all that. We could do so much better. But the education system, and it's sad because I think you should have a public education system, like a good one, right? But ours is absolute garbage, right? We've all, pretty much all of us here, maybe there's some private school kids, went to public school. And what a disaster that is. Like, I learned nothing in high school. I think I'm pretty well educated. It's all post high school. And that's what's funny is once I got out of high school, I fell in love. Like, the teachers, the system, the public schools made me hate education. And then I got out of high school and I fell in love with education. Lex, your camera's not delivering any feed. You literally slept on your desk for 12 years? Yeah. I did a bit of that too, Zanzibar. The majority of violence takes place in about 8 major cities. But why does that make that okay, Harrison? We shouldn't, as a country, we should feel shame and we should just fix this. And we could. Right? We just don't have the political will.
Check.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Can you see?
Yeah, you're vertical and it's, I think.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the seat.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I thought my camera overheated, so
Oh, wow.
I was trying the other one here right
Okay.
now.
Yeah. Well, let's not get too political, Jack. I understand what you guys are saying, but
It's just going to overheat again.
yeah. Interesting. It's funny, it's not even that hot today. It's like less hot. No, you guys are fine. I mean, I think we can have adult conversations about these things, but no, there's no new tech, Jack. It's just a cord, just literally one of the cords broke, and that's it. Yeah, well, I mean, if we really want to get in the weeds here, so Joe Dillon says it's not one party's fault. And I'm going to agree with you there in the sense that the U.S. has a particular culture that transcends politics, religion, so on and so forth, right? We have a particular culture, right, that glorifies violence. It's gotten better, right? But do you guys remember... Like, it's cool to be a nerd now, right? You guys are all close to my age. You guys remember, if you were a nerd in school, you got your ass beat. What does that do for the culture where being interested in education, right, and bettering yourself means that you're a nerd and you get your ass beat? Now, where does that come from? You know, I don't know. It's hard to say, but that's what it is. Yeah, that's a good point. Moving kids along who are failing isn't a great plan. Well, and I remember that from school. I'll tell you my story. I'll, give you guys some personal stories. So I was dying to get into AP classes. And the problem is I wasn't already pre-sorted to become an elite. And it was because my parents were culturally... My parents made good money in the 80s and 90s. But the stink of poverty was all over me. And the administration, the school, the teachers, they could tell, right? They could tell that I was a dirt person. And they did not care about me one iota. And I remember one time I went into the counselor to like go like, I need to get into AP classes. I want to better myself. And they're like, no. And I, unfortunately, I was smart enough. I said, but you can't deny me. There's a test. And they went, oh, fine, we'll give you the test. And of course I passed the tests and I got into the AP classes. They didn't want me there. They didn't want to deal with me. And that's kind of one of the problems, right, is that the school system has become a de facto sorting system, right, where they identify you early on. Are you an elite? Are you an upper level management type person, mid-level, or are you a peasant? And then what they do is they help define your life to slot you into those things, right? It's that kind of like you look at a kid and you go, you're going to be a mechanic. Let's get you into shop class. What a narrow way to do the world. You never stop to the kid and say, hey, you could try. You could become a physicist if you want. I believe in you. You could be smart. They don't do it that way, though. They don't allow short people in AP classes? Yeah. Yeah, and see, that's a great point. I'll wait till Will hits. He's still in Discord. Oh, no, Will got out of Discord. Good. And I want to talk about that whole 24. That's an interesting thing, because you said what all this leads to is 58% of adults reading below the 6th grade level. Yeah, this is it's an interesting thing. We need to actually have a reassessment of what we mean by the term literacy. Here's a fun story for you guys while we have a weird stream. So I was a manager for my whole life, and so I've conducted thousands of interviews, thousands of hiring processes. And I had this brilliant idea at this one business because I was frustrated with hiring people that didn't work out, blah, blah, blah. And so what I did is I realized that language skills was kind of a defining factor about whether the person would be successful or not. So I bought a copy of Mice and Men or Catcher in the Rye, a separate piece, something basic like that. And this was my interview. As I said, here, take the book. I want you to open to this page and read out loud to me the book. And I thought this was going to be a smart way to weed out. And what it turned out is that nobody's reading skills were capable enough to go, right, and go like once upon a time, right, read and then look up and then read. People couldn't read. Literally no one could read. And I was like, if I do this as my test, I can't hire anyone. After chatting with women online, I can confirm the grammar is bad. Yeah. What's up, Barry? Let's talk some golf. You got a blue brick trainer the other day. You're excited to try it? All right. No, what's up, David? Swing better. The audio is broken today, so we're having kind of a crazy stream. I mean, we had a bunch of people in waiting, and there's like nothing we could do. Lex has to order new connectors, so we're just gonna F around today. And that's the thing, Harrison. The parents have to be involved in the child's education. That's kind of my point, though, is as of right now, the parent has to be the primary educator. And this is really important. If you guys have young kids, don't rely on anyone, right? And here's the great part, is the bar is so low. If you spend time with your kids, you start educating at the home, this is what happens. This is what's so great. So my niece and nephew, our older brother is he's a exceptionally smart guy and exceptionally disciplined and responsible. So he was educating his kids. You know what they did? And these kids aren't gifted. My niece and nephew, they're normal kids. But by like grade 2, grade 3, the administration, again, the school went to them and said, "Oh, your kids are gifted. They have special talent." There you go. We'll give Lex a clap. Oh, very nice, Joe. You picked up 5 new subs. Very nice. Right? That's what's crazy, right? Is that we have this idea there's a thing called talent or innate intelligence, which is completely scientifically, completely BS, right? But that's the thing. The parents that educate their kids at home to get them smart, to get them ahead of the pack, the school turns around and goes, "Your kid is smart and gifted. We're going to put him in the smart and gifted class." So my niece and nephew are surpassed all their peers, right? They're already, they make absurd incomes. I won't even say the incomes, but they're like 24 and they're making absurd incomes. Yeah, that's a tough one, Keith. I know a fair bit about what you said there. You said some teachers complain about teaching to a test, but school funding is tied to test scores. Also, your principal might say don't teach to a test, but if the scores suck and you don't have tenure, good luck. Yeah. What do they major in? Finance and marketing. Generally, yeah. Well, I'll say, so my nephew, he's like 24, and he basically kind of does nothing, but he works for like a big mega bank, and he's like 24. He already makes like 70 grand a year. It's just absurd. Yeah. And that's that sorting process, because he exited out of a top tier college, and he understood how to build a resume. Yeah. Crazy. It's funny too, because like, I mean, he's a smart kid. I mean, I love my niece and nephew, and not Lex's kids, the other ones. And I think I deserve some. I was kind of heavily in their life, so they have certain intelligences that they got from their uncle. But right, this kid cannot point out like Mexico on a map. Like, he went overseas. I think he went overseas, and his dad, my brother, had to explain to him about different currency or something. Right, there's like these weird gaps in the knowledge. Why don't you love... I didn't say I didn't love Lex's kids. Don't try to trick me, Rick. Son of a bitch. Just for that. I'm gonna do that. No, I didn't.
Well, my marriage is sadly on ice. She just don't lift up my soul. Her vagina's pretty nice, but not as sweet as 18 holes. 'Cause I'm gay for golf, and I don't care who knows it. 'Cause I'm gay for golf, that back nine is SD as shit.
Oh, sorry. I was muted. Sorry.
We just went on our first date.
Take it easy, Harrison. What I said, Mr. ZX, right? The point was I was distinguishing between my niece and nephew, my other brother's kids, versus Lex's kids. And because I was saying that basically my nephew is a little R-slurred in a few parts of his knowledge, I wanted to make it clear that I still love him, even though it appeared that I was throwing shade at him. That's what I was clarifying. Lex, your audio is 100% gone, just so you know.
My friends won't play golf with me. Say I love a game in a gross way. My kids won't be around me. Don't care, their handicap sucks anyway. Happy to be gay for golf. The head and shaft are a good fit. I love to be gay for golf.
There you go. Barry says Uncle Phil showed them what not to do with their life. Absolutely. That's truer words, Barry. Truer words. Absolutely. I swear to God, I think I've had that conversation with them, Barry. Now, Lex's kids are coming up. Right? Lex and Mrs. Lex shelter their kids. As you know, Barry, I can't have that conversation with them until they're like 15, right? Because it's like too heavy for them. But we will have that conversation. Lex, I'm going to refresh my page and then send another invite. It's not working. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what we do, Matthew. Matthew says, yes, my job as a grandpa, teach my grandkids what my kids won't teach them. That's what we do as an uncle, too. Yep. Right, that's what you do, guys. You, like, take them aside, and you go, hey, by the way, Santa's not real. There's no Santa Claus, right? Like, shh. Oh, I got you back. Oh, audio better?
No, I doubt it.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, we can hear you at least.
That's pretty much how it felt. Yep. It was too much club.
That's the other thing. You gotta fill those gaps.
No, that was a 4. I could have taken the 5 hybrid, right? I took a 4 hybrid just to make sure I cleared the water because I didn't want this. I'd rather be in that back trap or something.
And then you can sell.
And I wasn't committed. I just wasn't committed. You're not going to commit to a shot. That's what's going to happen. Now I'm going to get a fucking 5.
Hot
right?
take.
I just bogeyed the last hole.
Okay.
2 shots in a row. They're just going to be bad.
What'd you get on 6? The par 5.
A 5 on 6.
Okay.
A 5 on 7.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that, Joe. I got a hot take for you guys. You can be as nervous and lost and uncommitted as you want over a shot. If you have the correct core mechanics, the shot's still good. Committing to a shot is actually BS. It doesn't matter when you're swinging correctly. Oh shit, I didn't mute. Lex heard that. Actually, I don't believe that, Zanzibar. I believe golf is 98% process, 2% mental. I think that's a scam that they tell you. If that's true, Zanzibar, then why does Wyndham Clark keep winning? Lloyd, what's up? Well, that wasn't bad. You know what, Mr. X, aka Rick? Rick, you just went to the top of the board. That is the most genius, best thing I've ever heard anyone say, Rick. Because that is it. Right? What does that even mean, committing to a shot? Exactly, Rick. These are words. These don't mean... These have no tangible connection, no real scientific connection to anything that happens with golf. You hit it right on the head there, Mr. X, a.k.a. Rick.
As a craftsman, I can tell you Festool's and Bosch are a little better than like a Black & Decker.
Oh. You look like a Makita guy.
Not too much Makita. I've got Milwaukee. I like Bosch.
You have a bike?
A Vice, yeah. I just changed some the other day. I did.
The body tells what the mind, or the body does what the mind tells it to. If that was true, Zanzibar, you could read and memorize
Such a great round going.
an infinite amount of activities, disciplines,
Really
things,
frustrating.
and perform them perfectly on the first try, right?
Yeah.
So let's think of an example. Landing an aircraft.
Now I'll par out the rest of the
Right.
holes.
We could
here.
all go read a manual about landing an aircraft and memorize it. I guarantee you that the first time you try to land that aircraft, you're going to crash it and die. Okay?
Yeah.
There's a... I don't know. I don't have the right words, right? A programmatic, experiential factor here. See, I think the other counterfactual is that not so much anymore. I think most modern golfers have a pretty good understanding of the theory of the golf swing. But what was very common back in the day was these golfers would have coaches, and the coaches just take their bodies and put them into the correct positions. They're just straight athletes. They don't know what they're doing. They're just put in the right positions. They have no underlying ideological principle, whatever you want to call it, right, about what they're doing. They just repeat what they've been told to do. Yes, Justin. When I finally get unplugged from the Matrix, the first thing I'm doing is downloading the perfect golf swing. Yeah. If mental is not part of the game, then why do so many see sports therapists? Well, that's a fair question. Let me see if I can answer that.
Okay. Sweet.
We're the only ones using it anyway.
I think something we actually need to consider about that, Joe, is the sports. So we know that there's a placebo effect, right? And the curious thing about the placebo effect is that even when you tell someone they're taking a placebo effect, it still works. So is the sports psychologist actually doing anything for the golfer beyond helping them build confidence? Now, in that sense, yes, I think it's valid. Now, if you go and look at what the sports, right? So let's look at Bob Rotella, for example.
I'm gonna go play somewhere with Phil.
Bob Rotella, I'm gonna argue, is garbage. It does nothing for you. Besides, you read it and it makes you feel good. You walk out to the course and you think it's helped, and that's the effect that it has.
I got the speed slot here. I was able to hit kind of, that hill, and just run out.
I didn't watch the video yet, David. I tried to.
270.
I'm sorry, David. I don't think I'm going to watch that video. It's an hour. You got to give me a timestamp for something specific. I mean, I hear you, Joe. You think the mental side of golf is huge? But what do you mean by that? What mental part?
Going back.
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah.
Right. If we're talking about
over that ridge.
If we're talking about the mental part about understanding what the swing is and how you should swing, and then having that right. Well, see, here's the thing. And that's fair. Red Dog says, I think overall mental mood does play a factor in tempo and striking ability.
Yeah. I was the right distance.
You're either going to have the privilege to learn those concepts right? So, how do I explain this? If you're born in the middle of India, the most rural part of India, right? You have not been afforded the privilege to learn a damn single thing about this stuff, right? And the important point here is that you guys, I know this is a tough pill to swallow, you guys don't have agency over what you've learned or not learned. It's either come to you or not come to you. it's all happenstance, right? And I mean, that's the thing. That's why we all play golf and talk about golf. It's because we're all white men who are born in the U.S. or another Western country, right? If this was a whole live stream of like tribal African women, we'd be talking about something different. Does that make sense? So when you talk about like, oh, golf's so much mental, I mean, yeah, I agree with you, but only in the sense that we all have a shared experience. Yeah, and if you gave a golf club to a, 25-year-old tribal African woman and said, flush this 7-iron 170, she couldn't do it. Yeah. So sure, yeah, I don't know. In that sense, is it mental? Yeah, it's definitely mental. I don't know how much. Here's another thing to consider, guys. What about the 15-year-old kid who outclasses you in every which way on the golf course because he was just born into a certain scenario, right? And this kid, right? I see these kids every day. They don't have a single inkling of self-doubt, right? These kids step up to every ball with maximum confidence. Is that because they read a Bob Rotella book and they're seeing a sports therapist, or because of just their lived experience, right? Right? You're like nervous over like a 150-yard shot over water to a green. That kid, he don't care at all. All he's thinking about is like, am I going to put it 2 feet from the cup or 4 feet from the cup, right? Does that kid have a better mental game than you? Think about that. My only point for you guys, because I want you guys to get on my page, right? And, maybe we'll do a few more holes, or we'll see what happens. I really want you guys to get on my page. You can't outsmart golf, right? You can't will yourself to better golf. You can't have a better night's sleep and play better golf, right? There's all these things that you guys have been sold, these scams, they're confidence men out there that tell you like, oh, this one weird trick. Read this book. There's only one thing. It's putting in the work, right? And certainly if you're talking about mental, it does start from even before you hit the course, right? Like if you're going to say, I got to dramatically improve my putting, right? I want 10 less putts per round.
All right, see you, man.
The first thing you need to do is stop and do like 10 hours of research. And YouTube could provide that research, right? And start over from scratch with your grip, your stance, your posture, your freaking the putter you're using, all that sort of stuff.
You'll see a lot of us,
and actually understand what it means to be
do a trial
putting,
run. Just go
right?
over and do a trial run.
Probably should, yeah.
And then from there, you got to go and put in endless hours of hitting like 3-foot putts, right? Just working on the start line. Right?
Do you need any water?
And the point is if you build up those skill sets, right? It doesn't matter how nervous you are to win your club championship, right? It's just, you can be nervous as hell. You're going to make that 4-foot putt to win your club championship. That's what pros do, right? Pros are not preternatural, special human beings that have better brains than us, right? They all walk up to the first tee on Thursday at Augusta with their hands shaking, right? They all say it. They're literally nervous as hell the first time they hit their first tee shot. Why do they all hit none of them top it? They don't shank it. It's because it's literally just putting in the work. That's it. I'm not trolling on Zanzibar. If you think that's trolling, that's crazy. What am I telling you? I'm telling you it's just bottom stuff. It's golf is so simple, right? It's just basic things. That's why Scotty Scheffler has got a grip training. This guy is the #1 golfer in the world, and he's gonna most likely find himself like Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, Scotty Scheffler. This guy goes every day, and he goes, I'm using like the $8 grip training aid to make sure my grip's good.
That twosome is past the bunker. I don't know.
That's it. It's just work, guys. It's just good work.
Oh, I see him. I see him now. Okay. We're not getting it that far.
What does that mean?
I was just waving by.
To who? Your ball?
No, to you.
Oh, okay.
We did the 9 holes. I got a 4 on that one. I shot a 39.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and call it.
All right. I think I got... Okay, there you go. All right. All right, guys. Well, this is a prelude of things to come. You guys gotta get on your golf journey. You're gonna have to put your ego away, and you guys are gonna have to accept there's no tricks. There's no mental tricks, right? If your swing sucks, I don't care. You could be in the best mood in the world. You're still sending that water, that ball in the water. That's all there is to it. Really, 35 people. Yeah, because I'm like golf Jesus over here.
He says
crazy.
he's got 35 people watching when he's got watchers because he's just, going and doing his thing. And I don't know, maybe that's better than a normal show. Oh, you got nothing here. Hey, Phil, I got a low battery warning was the other reason.
Okay.
I'm going to run out of battery power here.
Okay.
So,
all right.
you can just keep going until I run out of battery.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
I see a ball on the green, it looks like. Okay, there's that twosome. Over on the right, yeah.
I'm gonna go right through that window.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, and just curve it a little bit.
Gonna fade it just a little bit.
Yeah. Don't be offended, but I'm doing that.
Yeah, I was just thinking that like I might not be able to see afterwards. Come back through the eye.
Nah, you're gonna make it. Just have confidence.
Like this.
Well, you need to have confidence in you. I don't need to have confidence in you. It doesn't matter whether I've got confidence in you or not to you. And I do. I've got confidence in you to pull this off.
This one hard too. That's the problem.
Yeah. Like a 7-iron? 8-iron? Why not just take like a 5-iron and go through there with it? With like a 5-iron.
Well, I don't have a 5-iron.
A 6-iron.
6 irons at the fitter.
Oh, you haven't picked it
I
up
never
yet?
went back.
It's not a preview for the All Phil podcast, Justin. This is a preview for my new golf cult, right? I am going to become a golf cult leader. One of the things I'm developing, I'll give you guys a little preview. I'm calling it The Journey, right? And I'm inviting all of you guys. Have you heard the good news about The Journey? Did you guys know that you could, every time you step on the golf course, you can feel absolutely lost in your game, but you're improving, and every week to week, your scores are getting lower? This is my you guys know I love Golf Sidekick. I fundamentally disagree with his approach. Yeah, it is the church of uncommitment. It's kind of not, it's not uncommitment, Zanzibar. What I'm saying is you commit to the process. And there's a strange thing that happens.
There's a thing where the harder the shot is,
More focus you get.
Yeah, and like the more likely you are to stuff it. Like, why are you stuffed here and not on the back of the green or somewhere? Like, that was a really good shot.
That was highly focused. That was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I make a lot more birdies and pars and stuff at the trees than sometimes I do sandwiches.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is what we learned now that they've shut it up. I know, yeah, just mute them. Pro golfers, every day when they get to the course, they feel lost, guys. They don't. They do tell you this. They always feel lost, right? If you don't feel lost, you're not doing golf right. As soon as you step up to the ball and you swing, and your primary purpose of what you're doing in your swing is for security and comfort, you're not golfing. You're masturbating. That's not golf. That's not golf, guys.
Did I just smell your vape? Yeah.
Thank you, Matthew.
Great.
Matthew, you're going to be my first acolyte. Right? It's simple, guys. You have to put your ego away. You have to accept that you suck. You have to also accept that you actually can be an amazing golfer. That's one of the things that actually depresses me, is you guys are kind of satisfied with playing, you know, shooting 85. I don't believe any of you guys that your ceiling is 85. I believe that every last person can shoot scratch. That's what makes golf so great, is it's not body dependent. You can be a fat, disgusting bastard, or you can be Bryson
really
DeChambeau. It don't matter, right? That's what makes golf so great, is that it's literally about putting in the work and following a correct process. Now that process is not so glamorous, because what is it? It's like really doing the work and studying the golf swing. It's right. So if you guys aren't doing this, when you go to the range, this is the first part of the journey. You got to get a tripod. You got to use your phone. Hit 3 balls, film them, stop, watch those 3 balls. You guys are smart. You guys will see your own swing and go, oh my God, that's embarrassing. That's how I look. I want to puke, right? But you're also going to see, obviously, right? You guys know what a good swing is. You can see your own swing and go, oh, I'm doing that. I'm doing that. I didn't know I was doing that, right? Think about a process to fix those moves. Take 3 more shots, film those, stop, right? You guys should literally be only hitting about 30 balls per range session, not 100 balls. If you're going out there and pounding 1 billion balls with no feedback and no understanding of what you're doing, all you're doing is giving the golf course money for no reason. Yeah, you bump and run. You yearn to be Brad Dahlke. Listen to my good news. I can get you to Brad Dahlke. Brad Dahlke's a dumb shit. He's not a smart guy. I'm sure you guys have seen that. Thank you, Rod. Thank you. There's my friend Rod. He says, Phil spitting the truth here. Right? I'm not even talking about anything glamorous. I'm just talking about like putting in the work. And you know, the thing is the work sucks when you first begin to do it. You know, it's kind of drudgery. It's frustrating. You get used to it, though, right? You get used to it. Zanzibar says, I don't know about any of this. Yeah. Well, I mean, Rod's agreeing with me, so. You know, and my final thought, because maybe the camera won't come back, I've changed my thinking about what is happening when you get a 12-year-old kid and you get a good coach, like a top-tier coach with a 12-year-old who's never touched a golf club before. And within 3 months, they get that kid hitting scratch. Right? We've talked about this endlessly on the show. So formerly, I was like, oh, well, it's because the kid hasn't developed bad habits and they're taught the correct things at the very beginning, so that's all they know is the correct swing moves. And then also it's the plasticity of their brain because they're young, right? And they are better learners than us. I realize I don't think that's actually correct. What I think it is that the correct swing, right? The correct swing, this is the science, is the easiest swing to do. And if you can get yourself to start hitting correctly, you'll realize that you guys are expending double the calories for a certain shot shape and a distance that pros don't do, right? I mean, it's really important, you guys. You got to, like, again, it hit me today. I was at my course this morning, and I'm on my journey, and it's starting to get results. But we had a minor league golf tour today. So these are like elite of mini tour guys. These guys are not putting any effort into their swing, and they fucking blasted out into outer space dead straight with no effort. And then all of us duffers, slicers, and hackers are going like, yeah, yeah, right? And then we hit it half as far as them. You have to stop and go, why is that? Why are these other guys like literally just taking these lazy, right? Every last one of these guys, and these guys hit it like 310 if they want. But they're all taking the laziest swings in the world. It's just because they're swinging correctly. That's the buy-in, right? Is that when you learn to swing correctly, it's the most addictive and easiest swing, and you'll actually have more fun. I kind of realized this with Lex and myself too, that our swings, I have never, with my bad swing, I never enjoy hitting a ball. Sometimes I hit the ball great and I enjoy the result, but the motion of hitting the ball always feels like shit. I never enjoy it. Now that I'm getting close to understanding how to properly hit the ball, I actually enjoy just hitting balls. Yeah, the answer is just swing correctly, Zanzibar. Yeah. Yeah, it really is. Yeah. And the person who swings most correct wins? Yes. Yeah, that is it. That is it. Yeah. Cutwater right there. Guys, this is brain juice. Yeah, thank you, Rod. Yeah. And that's it. It's just if you and it's so easy too. You just got to have faith in the correct swing. And I'm telling you guys, it's so hard. It's not an overnight fix. I know, Garrett, it's not an overnight fix, but it's actually a quick fix. I've got a theory about that. We're going to save it for another day. But basically, my theory is that it's this idea of liminal spaces. And one of the failures of golf coaching, if I can kind of, I'll touch on this. The problem with modern golf coaching is that they want to give you a good experience. And what they do is they make marginal changes on the swing you have now. And the problem with that is that the new move that they want you to do is so close to the old move that you do that the old move is like looming, right? You really got to give them this thing that's so wildly different that it becomes a binary question. Are you going to do your old swing that sucks, or are you going to do something that's transformationally completely different than what you've ever done and do that? Now, it's true, you have to do it at 30% swings, right? You got to swing at 30% speed because it's so new to your brain. You can't swing at full, right? If you try to swing at full speed, you'll never get it. You got to go out there and accept. You go like, look, I'm swinging 10% to make these new moves. But it's such a binary thing, right? The correct swing versus the bad swing you're doing. And there's so much separation, you can't backslide to your old moves. It's either you do all the new stuff or you don't. And that's the thing you got to accept too. And you're going to go out to the course. And that's going to suck for a little bit because you're going to get over the ball. You got stakes. And you really want to do the new move. And then it breaks down. And then you like hit it like 5 yards in front of you. Yeah, that's just how it is. Yeah, this is I'm going to actually revolutionize the whole teaching industry, guys. And your guys are going to see, because this is what's coming. I'm going to fix Lex. I am going to fix Lex. You guys just watch. I actually know what Lex is doing. You want to see Phil give this rant at a picnic table with Bobby Jones, Jack, and Tiger listening? Yeah, well, I think they would agree with me. Yeah. Good luck, LOL. Yeah. No, I've developed a theory, Rod, about what Lex is doing. And I know how to fix him. Yeah, and I will fix him. So you guys will see. You'll be surprised. All right, anyway, sorry about the tech issues today. You know, weird show, but also fun. It's a little bit of a preview of what's coming, too. Yeah, anyway. We'll see you guys later. Probably back Thursday if Lex can get some new tech equipment stuff in time. Yeah. Well, see, I don't want to... Yeah... I don't want to keep going, but Zanzibar says, we all know what Lex needs to work on. See, I figured out what Lex needs to... the core issue, right? So Lex, for instance, he got a lesson from one of his coaches, or the pros at his course. And he talked about the fact that he sways a lot as he swings through the ball. That's not the core issue. That actually will get solved on its own if he understands and changes these other things that are fundamental to his swing. Oh, but he does want to. We're gonna be going to this, Zanzibar. Yeah. Lex needs to be more over the top. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I know you guys doubt me. I mean, I don't know what to say. I've watched literally every golf instruction video possible. It's what I do. I understand what the golf swing is. Yeah, and I'm with you, Rod. You know, I'm with you. I mean, Rod, I'm taking a lot of big piece from what you've talked about, right? I mean, there's some basic stuff here. It's not glamorous, right? It's a lot of like putting in the work, but it's also understanding the core concepts of the swing, etc., etc. Yeah. But thank you guys. More to come.